Powered by the Montana Television Network. This is the 5:30 News on Q2, Montana's news leader.
Hello, good Saturday Eve, folks. Thank you so much for tuning in to the Q2 Weekend News. It's the eve before Christmas Eve is what I mean to say. Thank you for joining us here on the weekend. I'm Dustin Klemann. The busiest travel day of the year today, but some of the worst road conditions can be found right here in the Magic City. Much of that attributed to the city's decision to not plow snow over the holiday weekend. Public Works Dave Mumford, as we reported last night, wrote in an email to City Council that it does not want to place its street maintenance staff on call during the holidays and restrict their travel abilities. Full crews are still sanding and clearing drifts over the city, and the city is accepting volunteers to work Christmas Eve and Christmas Day. With the snow reaching more than 3 inches already, the city will begin plowing on Tuesday. Meanwhile, the roads across the region, they're not providing much smoother sailing either. Blowing snow, icy conditions, fresh snow can be seen along Interstate 90. We can tell you over and over again. Download the Q2 weather app. Rob Griggs joining us now, where you're giving us the very latest.
I am, and Christmas is going to be one for the record this year. Again, we have records every year, but This is going to be one of those Christmases that we'll need to be careful on those roadways. Let me show you what the temperatures are doing right now. They're dropping below zero at several locations. We're talking 7 below at Butte, just about there at Dillon and Bozeman, 1 below at Cody, 6 below at Sheridan. And if it feels like there are wind chills in the area, it's because there are. 17 below chill factor right now in Sheridan, 6 below chill temp in Billings, 3 below in Glasgow. You kind of get the idea where we're headed. Now, it is going to be a Christmas for the record if the forecast proves to be accurate, and of course it will. 6 in a row with snow, 6 Christmas days with snow on the ground, 2 in a row with an inch of new snowfall on the ground. That is a possibility in our forecast. And if the temperatures hold fast, it will be the 3rd cold Christmas day on record. Yeah, those roads are also messy out there. We'll have the complete statewide Q2 Storm Tracker forecast in just a little bit. Dustin?
All right, Rob, thank you very much. Getting to the holiday destination also proving treacherous for some travelers as inclement weather bears down on other parts of the country. For last-minute shopping procrastinators, a double whammy, long lines, and rain in other places. Laura Podesta has more tonight.
A winter storm stretching from Texas to the Northeast is creating a nightmare for travelers just in time for Christmas. Icy roads were to blame for this van careening into a car and killing the driver in Ohio. Further north, travelers navigated snow-covered roads in Massachusetts.
At least we'll have a white Christmas, so it's good for the grandkids.
A truck jackknifed in Missouri, creating backups overnight.
Last-minute shoppers here in Times Square are dealing with soggy, wet weather, but they say rain or shine, they have to pick up their presents.
Because you have to get everything that you've missed.
In other parts of the country, warmer weather, but still problems. Whipping winds knocked over the official City of Nashville Christmas tree Friday night. And in Los Angeles, clear skies, but congested roads. Once inside LAX, people were faced with long security lines.
About 70% of the United States is subject to ice and snow, so you need to be aware of that before you hit the road. Slow down.
AAA expects a record 107 million Americans to travel this holiday. Laura Podesta, CBS News, New York.
In other news tonight, a California man is under arrest and charged with plotting an ISIS-inspired terror attack in San Francisco on Christmas Day. The FBI found a letter in the suspect's home referring to President Trump recognizing Jerusalem as Israel's capital, as well as guns and ammunition. CBS's Chris Martinez has the very latest on the story from Los Angeles.
The FBI filed charges Friday against 26-year-old Everett Jameson, a tow truck driver from Modesto, California. Jameson made his first court appearance in Fresno. He's accused of plotting an attack at San Francisco's busy tourist attraction, Pier 39. Court papers say Jameson planned to use explosives to funnel the crowd into a location where he could inflict casualties. He allegedly told an undercover agent Christmas would be the perfect day for the attack, which would have been a suicide mission because Jameson was ready to die.
That's not him.
Jameson's father and stepsister say they're stunned by the accusations.
Lots of words right now, and I don't know what to say. It's
shocking, really.
They say Jameson was Muslim, but not radicalized. He attended the Raiders football game with his father last weekend.
Everything was same, you know what I mean? Just the same.
The FBI says Jamison was inspired by ISIS. They say he was plotting an attack that would have involved both firearms and a vehicle. Jamison is a former U.S. Marine. He was discharged for failing to disclose he had asthma. In September, an FBI informant told the Bureau that Jamison appeared to have been radicalized. On Facebook, he often liked or loved posts that were pro-ISIS or pro-terrorism. He's charged with attempting to provide material support to a foreign terrorist organization. Chris Martinez, CBS News, Los Angeles.
And he could face 20 years in prison if convicted. Come back here to Billings. Tonight, the Chase Hawks Memorial Association hosts its Rough Stock Invitational Rodeo. But last night, Cowboys helped with an auction for the fundraiser.
37, now 4, I would hope so. 42.5.
Teams of rodeo cowboys went up for the auction at the Chase Hawks Calcutta. 23rd annual Rough Stock Invitational Rodeo attracts the best from the U.S. and Canada in bareback, saddle bronc, and bull riding. The whole weekend raises about $100,000. Chase Hawks helps people going through crisis situations. The association touts the rodeo as the world's best cowboys versus the world's best stock.
It's like they say in Vegas, everybody's praying when there's that money on the table, The Calcutta is a lot of fun. Pretty rare that the top 15 in the U.S. will be here in Billings, Montana on any given night. It's an honor to have those riders here. People bring their stock, and we're just so happy to have them around.
Now the rodeo starts tonight at 7 o'clock sharp at the Metro Park Rimrock Auto Arena. Before we go to break, high school basketball teams, they finished up their games this past week for the year. Today, one team got together off the court. Q2's David J. reports on the West High girls bringing Christmas cheer to kids in the hospital.
The West High girls played Friday night. Saturday, they visited children in St. Vincent's Pediatric Unit.
I was trying to think of something that we could do over Christmas break as a team, and I thought that since we're the Golden Bears, it'd be a good idea to give Golden Bears to the pediatric kids.
I thought that was really unique for Shay to think about, and I know we all loved it too.
I really like this idea that Shay came up with. I think it's a good way to give back to these kids that don't really get to have a Christmas that we do.
The families appreciated the visit from the girls.
It was really nice to have the girls come by and bring us the spare.
He loves visitors. He gets stage fright a little bit. He likes people.
And the team had a personal connection with the children they visited.
Tylee and I got a little choked up seeing them.
It was pretty sad for me because I had a brother who went through stuff too, and he passed away not too long ago of cancer. So to see kids go through it too hurts a little bit.
I have 3 younger sisters, and it made me appreciate that we're healthy and everything and taking care of them.
I have 2 young boys. It just makes me want to go home and give them more hugs and kisses.
Coach Johnson says it was a special time off the court for the girls.
Warms my heart. We talk about life outside of basketball. It's a special bond that we're going to have playing this game, but they're going to live their lives outside as they move on. Say Merry Christmas. Everyone loves each other, and we're a family. I love you guys to death, so this is awesome.
Bears on 3. 1, 2, 3, Bears!
In Billings, David J., MTN News.
Heartwarming story. Thank you very much, David. Still ahead on the Saturday edition of the Q2 530 News, the life expectancy of an American drops for the 2nd straight year. We'll have the reason why in medical news next. And later in sports, could hockey become Montana's newest craze? Yes, if the Vegas Golden Knights have anything to say about it.
You're watching MTN News with Dustin Klemann. Storm Tracker weather with Rob Griggs. And sports with Casey Conlon. This is the 530 News on Q2. Montana's news leader.